with Travel Man Dan. Seeing places, meeting people, exploring all the world. Having a good time with Travel Man Dan.
Make sure you see every bit of it. Hey everybody, how's it going? Travel Man Dan here, just stopping by to give you my sincere apologies for the sound quality on this video. I was in a great big farmland area and the shotgun mic that I use on my camera just wasn't enough to go ahead and block out that wind. So you will see parts of this video where it gets really windy. I tried my best in post to go ahead and edit it and get it to the best sound quality for this video. You will not see this again. I will try to get 1% better on each one of my videos, but thank you so much for stopping by and checking out today's video. We are back! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Travel Man Dan, and I am so excited because today I'm going to be bringing you another awesome episode of the Travel Man Dan Show. I know I haven't put out many videos in the last few months. Well, I was recovering from a knee operation. Feel good as gold, a lot better, and I'm back out there now hitting the trail and bringing you some fun adventure videos. So, today's video is going to be exciting as I take you to a really cool spot, obscure spot, sometimes referred to as a ghost town, but it's a major part of American history. It's the very first all-black town in California, and I'm excited to go ahead and bring it to you. I just need, I need this guy right here. Haven't used him in a while. This is the magic globe. Let's bring him out. Let's dust him off. All right, I think he still works. I'm going to go ahead and transport to a great place. So, if you will, please join me welcoming back the Travel Man Dan Show. And here we go. Let's see if this thing still works. Yeah! All right, everybody, I made it. Travel Man Dan here. I'm at Allensworth State Park in Erlenmeyer, California. And this episode is going to be awesome because I'm going to show you this really weird and obscure town that you've never even heard about. So sit back, relax, and let's go check it out. As you can see behind me, this is the town of Erlenmeyer. And this is the very first founded and established all-black town in California. It's got some amazing history behind it. This is a state of California park, so the cool thing is it's really well kept, but there is some registration fees. If you just want to come here for the day and wheel in with your car, walk around, look at the stuff, it's $6. They do have camping over there, and also down in the description there'll be a link to the website, the California State Parks website for Colonel Allensworth State Park. Oh yeah, this is the shit that gets Travel Man Dan up and out of bed, ready to go. Take a look. We are now entering the state park. Right behind me, you'll see the very first building called the Hinsman Store. One of the cool things I want to point out is this road is paved all throughout the area, so if you'll have no problem driving in here. If you're camping, you can bring your bike. You could probably roller skate if you have those. And it's just a lot of fun, really cool place, and you can get a scenery behind me as we get into the park a little bit more. But look at the vibrant green color. Now these are restored buildings, but it's really neat to see it in its actual structure. And let me give you a closer look at it. Zebedee and Sarah Hinsman constructed the general store in 1911. It became the largest store in Allensworth and the town's longest lasting business, serving the community for over 35 years. Items for sale included bulk and canned goods, clothing, tools, and small luxuries such as cookies, fruits, and candy. Just off to the left from the Heinzman's house, we have the Howard's house. And folks, there it is, maybe the very first Airbnb here in Allensworth State Park. This here was the lodging and, the halfway house. As you were about to enter in the town, I believe you stayed here. There's just a living room and a kitchen, but pretty cool. You can see it was just corrugated metal. It's got a cool little chimney off to the side here. And I just really like being out here and seeing this part of history because, it wasn't that long ago. It was only about 100 years ago that this whole thing kicked off, and really cool. You are literally in the middle of nowhere. You see the farmlands all around there. There's nothing going on out here except for this little state park. Wiley Howard bought 2 lots here and built a small house in early 1915. Many of the Allensworth residents recalled that the house served mainly as a temporary lodging. Okay, there was the Hinsman's store, and here is the Hinsman's house. So, how good is that they live that close to work? The owner's name was Zebedee. What a great name is that? In 1911, Zebedee and Sarah Hinsman directed the construction of this home and the Hinsman General Store. Both husband and wife worked in the store, and the early residents of the town recalled a well-worn path connecting the store and the house. Zebedee also served the town as the justice of peace, an insurance agent, a realtor, and a notary public. One of the things that's a little unfortunate is they are all locked, which is probably a good thing. It's very well preserved. There is not a lot of vandalism going on here. It's well kept, and well, the only downfall to that is you can't go inside, but I think if you go ahead and call during the week, or you go during when they have their classes, they open up the doors with guides and you can take a better look. Over there you'll see some type of fenced in area, probably where they kept their livestock, maybe some sheep, pigs, cows, who knows, whatever roams free. They probably kept them in there so that they had all their food to go ahead and keep them supplied throughout the year. All right, everybody, it's time for me to go ahead and drop a little knowledge on you. Colonel Allensworth State Park was founded by 5 original people. Of course, you had Colonel Allensworth, you had Professor William Payne, Dr. William Peck, J.W. Palmer, and Harry Mitchell. These 5 gentlemen started this town and created what we know as Colonel Allensworth State Park. Allensworth at the time was often considered as the town that refused to die. Colonel Allensworth was an amazing guy. He was born a slave, but by the time he retired in 1906, he rose to prominence and became the highest ranking black officer at that time. Sadly, Colonel Allensworth was killed in September 1914 when he was pushed and ran over in Monrovia, just outside of Los Angeles. After that, the town of Allensworth had a slow decline. The land you see here at Colonel Allensworth State Park was purchased by the State Parks of California in 1974. We're just about 2 hours north of Los Angeles and about an hour past Bakersfield. So, if you get a chance, be sure to come check out this state park. You're going to love it. One thing you may or may not like about living back 100 years ago is, well, there wasn't any indoor plumbing. So you're going to see on most of the houses, that's right, the old crapper is outside. So you're going to have to go to the outhouse if you got to go to the bathroom, which I don't think is really that bad of an idea. I mean, you don't stink up your house, and the houses were smaller here. But when it's cold out or in the middle of the night when you got to pee, it could be a bit of a nuisance. Joshua and Henrietta Singleton and their family arrived in Allensworth early in 1910. The Singletons operated the general store, selling canned goods, bulk staples such as rice, beans, men's work clothing, more luxurious items including coffee, cookies, and candy. At the corner of Dunbar Road and Palmer Ave, we have this establishment. Check it out. Really cool, really neat house. And I love this old historic part of California. And this is the Smith House. In the spring of 1910, Frank and Laura Smith arrived in Allensworth, where they built their home and planted the best truck garden in the district. I really like the Smith House because inside it's one of the biggest houses, but they also have this beautiful garden. As we take a look back here, I'm going to show you what it was like in their backyard over here. Pretty cool. They have a huge fenced off area that you don't see on each one of these houses, but it's really interesting, cool. As you can see, they have this little barn over here, another little thing. I'm not sure if this was their outhouse or part of their garden, but it's really just one of the coolest backyards. Look at this behemoth tree. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I can only imagine how hot it got out here in the summer days here in Central California. You can see over here, they have another little area. I'm not sure if they grew crops here or kept animals, but there's a lot of little areas that are fenced off. One of the things I really like about all the houses here are the vibrant colors, right? They're just a really cool pastel color, but they pop out here and they look really beautiful. They're definitely not the original paints, but I like how the state of California has kept it up. And as you can see, this is a bit of like an off green, almost like a pastel blue, but really beautiful with the sky out here and the clouds. It just really is something that you got to see It is obscure, it is wild, and well, let's keep on walking down the road and I'll show you the next thing. And there it is, the Barber Shop. All right, Travel Man Dan is in need of, well, definitely need to comb my hair, but I'm not sure if I need a haircut. But this is where you'd go. This is the Milner Barber Shop. And I was talking with the ranger earlier, the big cheese, what up, Cheezo? And he told us this is the only building that has been reconstructed into modern day technology on the walls. And if you see, the cinder block is what we're talking about. This is definitely a block wall building. So my buddies over at Design Masonry, Scott and Ryan and Zach, I hope you guys are taking a good look at this apprenticeship here. And a beautiful looking building, but this is where you would go to get your haircut done. And like I said, every place has a shit house, and you just never know when you're gonna get a haircut. And oh man, something you ate a little bit earlier, and you gotta run out the back door here at the Milner Barber Shop and use the outhouse. But really cool, and of course the iconic barber pole. This is pretty cool. I like this. Just a really cool thing that shows a bit of history. All right, so I showed you the Airbnb, the lodging house, but right here is the hotel in Allensworth, right? Check this thing out. It is probably the biggest building in length. And if you go up close and you look through, you can see that it has several rooms. So I'm sure people from Los Angeles and San Francisco, Fresno, Bakersfield, when they came out here to check this town out, this is where they stayed if they didn't stay with any of the inhabitants. But yeah, this is the hotel here. Elizabeth Doherty, a wealthy Oakland businesswoman, purchased the property and financed the hotel in 1910. The happiest memories of the hotel are young people's social evenings in the dining room with dancing to the music of the piano player. All right, guys, so here is the Scott Gross store. This is a drugstore that was set up in 1911, and the owner lived in the back to go ahead and set up her quarters. Check it out right now. We got a train coming through. Yes, always love trains. If you haven't seen my video of the high-speed train, I'll go ahead and throw that up there right now. Yeah, we love trains. Travel Man Dan is a huge train fan. So a lot of fun when you see one out here. And this is the store. If you kind of look off to my left over here, we're going to go a little bit closer to the church right there. But we're not going to be able to get inside of it today because they're actually filming a movie in there right now. So they're not the only ones who have come out to Allensworth State Park to film today. And I'll kind of swing back around. I talked to you a little bit about it when you first came in. There is the camping area where those trees are. You can see there is picnic tables, a little area that you can set up, whether or not you have a Winnebago. I believe there is a school bus over there. So whatever you're camping in, you can go ahead and stay right here at a fee. But there it is, guys. And you can see the wind is blowing me around. There is the store. Pretty cool stuff. Miss Mary Gross established a drugstore here in 1911, setting up her living quarters in the back of the building. As a trained nurse, she provided medical care for many of the town's early residents. I'm a little perplexed out here because this is Central California. This is a huge agricultural area. And when I look at this place, look at the soil here. It's almost like white sand. And I lift it up and I mean, look at this stuff. It's so dusty. It's so light. But on the top is this coating of white that almost looks like beach sand. And as you can see here, this trailer area with this deck, this is where a lot of the guides meet, and this is where the tours, and I think they have like a bunch of shindigs going on out here. And I'll be sure to go ahead and put the link down in the description for the website. You can find out about all that information. Yeah, it's the visitor center, so I'm sure you can find out all the historical facts about it. You can find out just, you know, what goes on here, a little bit more historical information. Travel Man Dan likes to bring you on the spot and show you and get you inspired to come out here. But if you really want to find out a lot of cool stuff, talk to one of the guides here at the historical center. This is maybe where they have gatherings for schools and things like that. So it definitely is being used and has good purpose to it. It's not just a place that is abandoned and left alone. There's a lot of things going on out here. So just across from the Allensworth Cultural Visitor Center, look at this behemoth, cactus looking circle thing. There's like 4 different cacti species, I think, going on there. You got the flat ones with lots of spikes. You got the longer ones with the yellow things going on. Pretty crazy. I don't know what's going on in there, but I'm gonna stay away. This isn't the weekly beer show, and if it was, I would challenge my boy Nate to go ahead and jump into that bed of cacti, but we're not gonna do it. We're gonna head over to here, and this right here was the town school, okay? The school over here, it looks like a school. It's got the feel of a school, but don't worry, we're not gonna be going ahead and going inside, so if you don't like school, there's nothing to worry about. This 2-room school was built in 1912, replacing the smaller schoolhouse that, through the purchase by Josephine Allensworth, became the town's public library. The children of Allensworth community attended the school here up through the 11th grade. The building also served as a community center. There's no flag on there today, but there is the flagpole. If you look through the windows, you can see on the chalkboard is really neat because they have the schedule for the day, and right away the first thing that they did in the morning was scripture, and they went ahead and they did the Pledge of Allegiance. So long gone but not forgotten. Here at this school, it says right on the chalkboard inside at 8:55, that's what went on, and I like that kind of stuff. I like that historic kind of patriotism and belief in the Lord. I like that. And you can see the side of this building is pretty interesting too, where it had these bigger windows, and the windows that you wouldn't see on a lot of the other buildings. I just really love the importance of school, and I think when we look back and we understand the history of where we came from and how we grew as a nation and the people, I think it's pretty cool when you see these old schoolhouses and how they learned, and as opposed to the way that we're teaching now with smart boards and iPads and this ridiculous amount of technology. This is where it started 100 years ago for a lot of people that built our nation. I mean, look at it. This is the back side of the church. If we take a look, it does look like something that's out of a Daniel Day-Lewis There Will Be Blood movie. Just really cool historic looking building from the back side. And we see the soil over here. One of the things that you do want to be careful about, this is California. It's not bad right now, but in the summertime, they have a lot of rattlesnakes. And you can see this ground here, it gets this weed on it, and well, you don't really see it. The rattlesnakes blend in, and you got to be careful because these things, if they bite you, could be fatal. So be mindful. If you come out here in the hotter months, there will be rattlesnakes. Make sure that you wear some type of boot if you get off the path a little bit. You don't have to, but just in case you do, make sure that your feet are protected, and always take a look around as you're walking a little bit. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, a little Reading Man Dan action. Check it out. This is the Dickerson Library. This is the library of Allensworth. Now it is called the Tulare County Free Library, but check it out. Really like the way this library looks. I'd love to sit on that bench and read you a story. If you haven't checked out any of my Reading Man Dan episodes, I'll go ahead and throw a playlist up there right now. You can go ahead and check that out. But check this thing out, man. Really cool. One of the neat things is they're all accessible for ADA compliance. So if you're in a wheelchair or you're disabled, they have ways that you can get into it without compromising yourself and getting hurt. Really neat little building inside. Some books, some reading, some learning going on. Gotta love all that stuff here. In 1913, Miss Josephine Allensworth purchased the town's first school building and had it moved to this location to be used as a branch of the Tulare County Library System. Yeah, so we're here on the campsite, and this is what you get for 20 bucks, right? You get this little parking area, this little concrete strip. Okay, you can park your car, and then you can have a tent, or if you have like a Winnebago, or you have like a Lance on top of your truck, you get a little picnic area. There's a little fire pit over there. Just something that if you want to come here, get out of the city a little bit, just relax. It's so peaceful. Other than myself yelling into this camera, it is absolutely silent out here. So a nice little getaway. And if you come and you just look outside the camping area, you have the state park right there. Now this right here, this is what I'm talking about. This is probably the building or house that I'd be at the most. This is the Johnson Bakery. So I love them sweet cakes. Isaac and Maddie Johnson built their home in Allensworth and opened a bakery out of their house in 1913. By 1914, Isaac Johnson entered government service as a cook, and Miss Johnson became the sole proprietor for the bakery. Okay, here it is, guys. This is the man's house. This was Colonel Allensworth's home. If we take a look, he's got this fence outlined here. He's got this cool looking trellis and a beautiful home with a really specific porch. I love the colors that he's got. He's got this like green pastel going on with the yellow. Really pops on this high sky out here in Central California. Just a beautiful home. If we take a look through the windows, I'm sorry I can't give you the best look. It's just there's a really bad glare, but inside is a really unique place. And this is a man that got together with 4 other people, decided to build his own town for the black people of the early 20th century. And this is where he lived. If we take a look, he probably had some kind of animals in there, maybe some pigs or some chickens. There's his poop house. There is another little area. Maybe he did some work back there, but just a really cool place. And this right here is Colonel Allensworth's house. This is where the state park is named after. This is the founder, one of the founders, and there is where he lived. Colonel Allen Allensworth, one of the founders of the town, and his wife Josephine ordered a prefabricated house for this lot. The building sections were delivered by railroad and assembled in 1911. With his ongoing promotion of the town, the colonel and his family divided their time between their home in Los Angeles, California, and the rural life of the Allensworth community. The town of Allensworth was his dream. The restored Allensworth home is a museum open on request to the public. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I hope you had a great time here. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you're notified when new episodes come out each and every week. Go ahead, give me a like on this video. Drop me down in the comments below what you thought about it. Have you ever been here? Well, what did you think? Guys, I really want to say thank you so much. I hope you saw something fun and cool, like the actual park, Colonel Allensworth State Park. What a weird and obscure place in the middle of nowhere that brings so much joy. I hope you learned something new and interesting, like the life of Colonel Allensworth and the 4 other people that created this town for the black people of America 100 years ago. But most of all, I hope you were inspired to get yourself out here to Erlenmeyer, California and check out Colonel Allensworth State Park yourself. You're going to absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Travel Man Dan, and remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it